Yo, what's up? It's your boy, Codehova. And this is the Silicon Trap. We're gonna be pimping Swift, you heard? It's the first video we're gonna be working on what are Xcode Playgrounds and what can I do with them, right? So let's get on with it. So what you're gonna have to do first, right? From the App Store, you're gonna download Xcode. You're gonna download Xcode, you're gonna install it. It's gonna ask you to might ask you to install some developer tools. Just get on with that. But here we have Xcode, right? Let me make that big for you. We got Xcode. We're going to open it up. And the first time you open it up, it's going to look like this. There's going to be no recent projects. It's going to have your projects here after you work on several, right? But this is what we're going to be looking at. And it's like what we're going to be working on to learn Swift, we're going to be using what we call playgrounds. So we're going to get started. And you could choose blank, game, map, single view. You don't need to worry about these for now. These first three, all we're going to worry about is blank. And you have iOS, tvOS, macOS. But really, in my opinion, the only reason why you need to learn Swift is for iOS. I don't know a single person who has made $1 off tvOS, nor do I know any people who do macOS. I mean, I know that there's companies that do so, but yeah, my bad. Yo, I'm thinking that the camera's up here. But anyways, iOS is all you need to do. So we're going to go with iOS blank, and you're going to press next, and it's going to ask you for a name. You could put in a bunch of different names, whatever you want to call it. My playground, test playground. So once you create it, let me just say it's going to be test, right? And we're going to look at something like this. So if you double click on the top, it's going to make it the full screen. And here we have what we call a comment. It's started by 2 backslashes. So this is text that just you and me will see and read. The computer is not going to pay attention to this. But what we have here is an import statement. So there's like this library that Apple has created that's going to include in a bunch of technologies and I don't know if technology is the right word, but it's just a bunch of objects, right? That you're able to manipulate and use in your own projects. So they did a lot of the groundwork for you. You're basically able to work on top of what they have built. And what we have here is, this is a keyword. This blue VAR, that's a keyword for a variable. And str, it's the name we have given that variable, str. And it's assigned to, this is an assignment operator, and it's equal to quote unquote hello playground. Okay, so anyways, what we see here on the left, this is like your code editor part of the screen. What we have here is like your results part of the screen. What's the name of, let's see what's the name of it for real. This ain't the utilities. We're not worried about utilities. But anyways, what we're going to see here is the values of the code we have written in the code editor. And if you press this button right here, this under here is the debug console. So let's say, for instance, if I wrote print str, print, it's a function where you're going to print out values that you have been working with in the code editor. And when you print it, it's going to be printed in the code console. I mean, the debug console. So this underneath is a debug console. This is like the value console. And over here is the code editor. So this right now is an Xcode playground. All right. So this is where we're going to be pimping Swift. You know, all you got to know is that, yo, you're learning a new language. You speak English. I hope you do, because I mean, I ain't going to speak to you in another language, right? Only thing I'm going to speak to you in is English and Swift in this course. All right. There's many coding languages out there, but in my opinion, if you want to get pimping in this digital technical world, Swift is a very, very good language for you to get going with. All right. Once you learn all this, man, you'll be able to jump into other languages. You'll be jumping into different frameworks. You'll be building iPhone apps, Android apps. But this is Swift, and Swift is used in the Apple world. All right. So you got an iPhone, you got a Mac, you got an iPod. Let's get pimping. Let's get working on this. We're going to get this money, get this bag. You heard? All right. Next one, yo.